Courageous people who changed the world. William Wilberforce. It is inconceivable that we could be bored in a world with so much wrong to tackle. Little William saw people from Africa being taken as slaves. He knew he had to do something. William told everyone who would listen how bad the slave ships were. In 1807, the leaders of Great Britain finally agreed that the slave trade should end. Harriet Tubman. You have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to change the world. Little Harriet did not like being told what to do, but because she had dark skin, that's exactly what happened all day long. In 1849, Harriet ran north to freedom. She helped others escape too. People called her secret path the Underground Railroad. Abraham Lincoln. Be sure you put your feet in the right place. Then, stand firm. Little Abe saw many people working as slaves in America. No one could agree whether that was good or bad. Abe became president. In 1863, he signed a paper that said all the slaves would be free. Many people were angry, but Abe knew it was the right thing to do. Susan B. Anthony. Failure is impossible. Little Susan wanted to vote for her leaders like the boys could, but that was illegal for girls. Susan tried to vote once, but she got arrested. Susan spent her whole life telling people that everyone should be treated equally. Finally, word spread that things had to change. In 1920, women in America gained the right to vote. Mahatma Gandhi. You must be the change you wish to see in the world. Little Gandhi liked working things out peacefully. When Great Britain tried to make his people pay for salt, Gandhi didn't fight. Instead, in 1930, he walked 241 miles to the coast to get his own salt. Gandhi's peaceful march helped thousands of people realize that India should be its own country and that you don't have to fight to make a difference. Rosa Parks. I believe we are here on the planet Earth to live, grow up, and do what we can to make this world a better place. Little Rosa noticed that the children with white skin got to ride the bus to school. Children with dark skin had to walk to an older building. In 1955, a city bus driver told Rosa to give her seat to a man with light skin. Nope, Rosa said. She went to jail. Many people stopped riding the bus. After 381 days, the leaders decided to change the rules. Martin Luther King Jr. The time is always right to do what is right. Little Martin went shoe shopping with his dad. The owner said, "We only serve people with dark skin in the back." They left the store instead. One day, Martin gave a speech about how we should treat each other. "I have a dream," he said. He wanted everyone to be judged by their hearts, not by the color of their skin. In 1964, American leaders finally agreed that Martin was right. Malala Yousafzai. One child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world. Little Malala loved to learn. But in Pakistan, where she lived, some people said girls shouldn't go to school. Some people tried to stop her. Brave Malala didn't back down. She insisted that every child should go to school. In 2014, when she was 17, Malala became the youngest person to receive the Nobel Peace Prize. These heroes stood up to make a difference in the world. What kind of hero will you be?
Okay, students, you have a little assignment here. Drawing and writing. When Dr. Martin Luther King marched for equality, many people held signs supporting his effort. If you were to make a sign for equality, what would it look like? What would it say? Would you use any symbols, such as this peace sign, or the heart, or equal? Draw your sign and write about it below. So I want you to think of a sign that represents how you can change the world. What would you do? What sign would you make? What would it look like that would show kindness and justice and caring? I would love to see your sign. When you're finished, I have a little coloring activity that you can either print out or you can color with your marker. It's called I Have a Dream. And here we have Martin Luther King's memorial that you can color. And lastly, each January we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his work building civil rights in the United States. For extra information on Dr. King and other courageous people, you can check out our video that I just read with you, Courageous People That Changed the World, at books.com. But you have the video I made for you. We're going to discuss this story and write your answers together. We'll do this today in class, but you can also do this at home if you don't log into Zoom in class in the morning. What did Martin Luther King Jr. do to help people? We're going to talk about that in class. Go back and read about it. Why is it important to learn about Martin Luther King Jr.? I'd like to hear why you think it's important to talk about people who tried to help change our world. Has anyone ever treated you unfairly? What did you do? We're going to talk about that. Is there a time in your classroom or at home where someone treated you unfairly and it hurt your feelings? Have you ever seen anyone being treated unfairly? So that would be like, for example, when I was a little girl, I saw a little boy being picked on at recess time, and it really made me very sad, and I told the other teacher about it. So that's important to do the next question. What can you do if you see someone being treated unfairly? So we're going to talk about that in class tomorrow after listening to our story called Courageous People That Changed the World at Brooks.